Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good day, wherever you are in the world. Welcome. Thank you for joining us. My name is Kim Schofield, and this is Inspiration Tuesdays. Thank you so much for joining us. Today, we are going to talk about sports, and in particular, the world's greatest pastime, baseball, with our very special guest, Liz Banks, Chief Executive Officer and founder of Let's Play 2, and founder and president 500 Home Run Club. Liz, welcome to Inspiration Tuesdays.
How are you? And it's my pleasure being here today.
So tell me about your vision, your vision for bringing baseball, Major League Baseball, to the Middle East.
I am looking to do this because, number one, it has never been there. Number two, we have a lot of international people that have left the States that are in plenty of places in the Middle East, and they would love to see the game. And we have many fans in the Middle East that look at on cable. So by me bringing it to the Middle East, this gives everybody an opportunity, people that are living there internationally. And it also makes it a true international game because right now it's not played over there. I think the excitement of bringing members of the 500 Home Run Club, former retired players, to play against a team there would be a very exciting thing. I would also invite Bill Duke, who is a director, to do a documentary to, just show how we put everything together to make this exciting event come together in the Middle East. So we would end up with quite a story. And because I like to educate people, I would also pull in the Negro League Baseball Museum. They have a traveling exhibit, and I would have that on display before we actually do the games. So I look at this certainly as entertainment, but I also look at it as an opportunity to educate people about the struggles that the Negro League players went through, from segregation to integration, and how much it intertwined with the social fabrics of America. I think that not only will it be a joy, but an educational experience.
You certainly have a clear vision on how you would roll this out. Now, let me ask you, you're focused on the Middle East. Is baseball everywhere in the world, or is it, and I know it's in America and Japan, but where else is it in the world, Liz?
Well, they do play it in different places in the world, but because Major League Baseball is not attached to it, you're gonna find, children's leagues, et cetera. But because Major League Baseball isn't attached to it, it's not gonna have the attention that it would get. But certainly with an event like this, it's gonna get televised. I've got the backing of Major League Baseball. So we never know what may get started in other countries from this. We've got to begin somewhere.
I guess we could truly have a World Series.
Absolutely. At least this will be the beginnings of a real, true World Series.
Sounds like a great plan and a terrific lead into my next question. What inspirational roles do you feel that governments can play as we transition out of COVID-19 and get back on our feet?
I believe the government plays a role of economic growth and stability of a country. It does this by providing legal policy and frameworks for stable environment. But remember, the government does the structure, and they also are the voice of the people. So my point is the voice of the government and the people enacting the mass, helping to bring economy back. So one cannot exist without the other. They both have to complement each other. So when I think about sports and when I think about the government, as I said, I think about the people. And because they're both entwined, it's not separate. This is something that we have to work together on and be a part of, and acknowledge that sports is an integral part of day-to-day lives for a lot of people.
So what can we do as business leaders and entrepreneurs to inspire the next generation to want to achieve, to want to get up and go to work, to take risks, to be strong and succeed?
I think if we keep in mind about, let's just say, I'll just call it the 5 C's of positive youth development. And that is confidence. It is character. It's compassion. It's connection. And if any of these things or all of these things we can put into our children, and when I say children, I mean boys and girls, then in essence, when they grow up to be adults, the same goodwill will spill out. And that's what we have to think about. You know, we no longer live where we can just say one thing affects only us. We're living in a world where we are all divinely interconnected. And we have to think on that term. And certainly when we think about global warming, we have a lot of world hunger. When we think about this, it's affecting everyone and each of us. And through that, each of us and any of us can bring a solution to the table, Ken.
Well, you know, Liz, not everyone feels inspired, especially with COVID. My goodness, so many people. We're very fortunate, but there are so many people that live on top of each other, and they've been locked up there. They've lost their jobs, and they need some inspiration. What advice would you give to someone who is looking for inspiration in their life?
I am going to say, and I like to say this, to grow, to progress is to change. And then I also want to say, failures are never final. They are pauses life gives us to get our acts together, to make a difference. So no one goes in the world unscathed. The challenges are not to break us. They are for us to find solutions and to be stronger and to move onwards and upwards. And if we embrace that, along with support, love of family, and really some spiritual grounding, then we can survive and thrive. And that's what life has to be. It's not just about waking up in the morning, going to a job. It is about surviving and thriving.
Yes, it is. And I'd like to ask you about that. In every single interview that I've had, guests have talked about embracing failures. I love what you said. Failures are never final. Can you tell us about an example where you've embraced your failure and turned it into a positive?
Oh my God. I think, what is a failure? What is a failure? If you're an entrepreneur, very good example early on. I wanted to do a cosmetic line called Be Sassy, and I wanted to enter it into the retail marketplace. And I wanted it to be like not a low end line, but kind of a middle end line where you would buy it at the retail stores. I flew all the way to China to do packaging and just did all the work and everything, and I was looking for this to work, and it didn't. So what do? Are you a failure because your idea didn't work, because you traveled here and you talked with people? I mean, you know, I like to say I'm also in the Suck It Up Club, because that was when I had to suck it up. It's called Suck It Up. Now, what does suck it up means? It means cut your losses, get some good old common sense, and look at what is next. So we're not always going to be winners. And when I think about that, I can use Ernie as a very good example of that, because he played for the Chicago Cubs. They were not a winning team, but every day that he was up at bat, he gave his best and he did his best. So that's what it is. It's not what odds are against you, but it's what you bring to the table and what you do that makes a difference. Not the odds, but you.
I love what you said also about the 5 C's: confidence, character, connection, and
Compassion and competence.
compassion and competence. Yes, we were missing a couple C's, weren't we? Yeah, my gosh, that's. But tell me, how does baseball contribute to the 5 C's? How does baseball help youth embrace
Well,
the 5 C's?
The first thing it helps is because you're on a team of other players, and you all have to do a combined job for it to work. That's number one. So it shows you can't play for the name on the back of the shirt. You got to play for the team. So that's a true thing of being a team player, combining all your efforts together to get a win. And that's what makes people winners, because they're able to let go of the me and embrace the we. And when we think about it, how many things do we truly accomplish all by ourselves?
That's right. Teamwork.
Teamwork.
Thank you very, very much for your insights.
Well, yes, go ahead.
I was going to say, is there anything else you would like to share?
I would. And I'm going to end it on this, and this means a great deal to me, and I say it to myself every day. I share it with my daughter. And we are what we repeatedly do. Excellence, then, is not an act, but a habit. Excellence is never an accident. It is always the result of high intention, sincere effort, and intelligent execution. It represents the wise choice of many alternatives. Choice, not chance, determines your destiny. Be what you choose to be, and choose carefully.
That was excellent, Liz. I love that. We are what we do. Excellence is not an accident. And in your case, excellence is the only option. Liz, thank you. Thank you.
You're very welcome.
We really appreciate you being a guest on Inspiration Tuesdays. Your passion for baseball is very contagious, and we hope to see an exhibition game here in the region in the very, very near future. Thank you. Now,
you're welcome.
For our audience, you can find this video and all episodes of YouTube at Chief Inspiration Officer Kim Schofield, LinkedIn at O2K Limited, Roku TV, and Fire TV. Now, Liz, is there a website that we can visit for more information about the exhibition game?
Absolutely. We are working on updating the website, and that information should be up in 90 days. So
All
I'm
right.
happy to share it with you.
Thank you for being a guest on Inspiration Tuesdays. Your passion for baseball is very contagious, and we hope to see an exhibition game here in the region in the very near future. This is Kim Schofield. Thank you for joining us. Stay safe, be well, and go forth and inspire.